This program is made possible by support from following cities.
Hey everybody, I'm Joel Greene and welcome to Curiosity Quest Goes Green, the show that explores what you, the viewer, are curious about. Well, today, our quest letter came to us from Utah, Jaron in Utah, and he wrote, "Dear Joel, my green letter is on water. Where does our tap water come from, and what happens to the water when we flush the toilet?" Well, Jaron, it seems like every year we're talking about more and more droughts across the U.S. So we made our way out to Coachella Valley in the middle of the desert where water is extremely scarce, and that's where today's Curiosity Quest Goes Green begins. All right, we're out of the desert sun and into the Coachella Valley Water District's cool control room. So I'm here with Kevin Hemp. So Kevin, give us a little background about this place.
We were formed in 1918, and we were formed by a vote of the people to protect our local water supplies.
Tell us a little bit about Coachella Valley, like where exactly are we on a map?
A lot of people have not heard of the Coachella Valley. They may have heard of Palm Springs. So we always like to say we're part of the greater Palm Springs area. And people are like, you know, they're sitting in New York in the snow, and Palm Springs, I've heard of that place. It's someplace warm. That's where we are in Southern California here.
Now, we hear noises around us. We are in a control room, so we're gonna hear that nonstop, right?
Yeah, people are working in here.
So in the control, what are you controlling in here?
We're actually controlling water. Yeah, and we're proud to say that we were the first water district in the world to set up a control system like this.
So we're gonna learn a little bit about this
A little
today.
bit, yeah.
Where does all the water come from? Do you know? And where do you think tap water comes from?
The ocean.
A reservoir in the hills, and it comes through the pipes and into your faucets.
I'm guessing the faucet.
The water comes from a river from the recycling plant, and it gets recycled and then goes through the pipes into the tap.
The ocean. The faucet.
Those are some pretty interesting answers. So what's the truth? Where does the water come from?
Water actually comes from under the ground here. If you look at our map, where you're standing, where I'm standing, right under our feet is a huge supply of fresh water. It comes from what we call an aquifer.
And it's under this entire area out
That's
here?
right, that's right. If you look here, this big blue spot there in the middle of our desert, that is the Salton Sea. That is California's largest lake.
Uh-huh.
And this water was created by the Colorado River back in 1905. Now the Colorado River from time to time would flip, and currently the river flows to the ocean down into Mexico at the Gulf of California.
Okay.
But from time to time that river would flip and it would flow into our valley here, and it would flood this whole area. This was all a huge giant lake at one time.
So like Palm Springs and La Quinta and Indian Wells are all underwater?
That was all underwater.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And where'd all the water go?
It went down into the ground, and it's down there today.
How do you get the water from under the ground into our tap?
Well, we have to drill for it. Yeah, we have machines called well rigs, and they drill down into the ground, and we lift that water out. We have, you've heard of propellers, right, on a boat?
Sure,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the reverse of that would be called an impeller. It would be a backwards propeller, and those spin and lift the water like an elevator out of the ground.
Now, do you have to do anything with the water, clean it or you know, decontaminate it?
Well, the water's already been filtered by the sand and the gravel that makes up our valley floor here.
Uh-huh.
And it's been filtered over about a 12-year process. It goes down about 1,000 feet through the sand and the gravel. We pull it out deep under the ground, and by that time, the water's perfectly clean. As a safety measure, we do put a little bit of chlorine in the water, and that's all we do to it.
What is perchloration?
A water filter. Maybe when they clean the water. Like TV? Percoloration is a type of water.
Keeping birds out of water that's for us, and
Kev, my buddy, what's percolation?
Percolation, that is where we actually put water back into the ground. That's very important out here in the desert because we take water out of the ground, and in our aquifer here, this groundwater supply, if we just took water out and we didn't put any back, what do you think would happen to the supply?
It'd dry up.
It would dry up.
Yeah.
We can't have that. It's our job at the water district to make sure that we don't run out of water. And so what we do is we bring this water in and we percolate it. We put it out here in a sandy spreading area, and that water actually soaks down back into the ground. So we use Colorado River water for farming and for percolation.
So then all of the water that's left here will go back in this big
Yes.
old aquifer that you and I are standing. How far down is it?
This is going to be hard to believe. Some areas in our valley, 18,000 feet deep.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Let's give
18,000
an idea
feet
of
deep.
how that's huge.
That's huge.
Top of a mountain. Big Bear here in this area.
Yes.
Is 9,000 feet, right?
Yes,
Double that.
double that.
Double Big Bear.
Yes.
So now we're gonna find out about the toilet water.
Yes.
Is it gross?
Well, it is pretty gross, I have to admit. But
Can you
know-
lie to me, please?
But it's necessary. I mean, in the desert, we take conservation very seriously, and so seriously that we actually recycle our sewage water. We take water that goes down the toilet, we collect that, we clean it up, and then we reuse it on golf courses here.
Oh, okay. On
Yeah.
golf courses.
Yes.
Okay, not back in the tap.
No.
Yeah. Okay, I'm feeling better now. I'll get a little nervous because, I'm thirsty right now. I'm thinking, wait a minute, where does this water coming from? And so I guess let's go and explore. And I can imagine it's not going to smell very nice or anything.
Probably not.
Hope we brought nose plugs and
No.
everything. All right, so we're going this way?
Yeah.
All right, I'm here. Here we go. When you flush a toilet, where does all that water go?
Sewer. Sewer. The sewers.
into the sewers.
To the ocean. The oceans and the lakes and the puddles and stuff. Other stuff.
So let me get this straight. When you flush your toilet, it goes to a puddle?
Yeah.
Kevin, you took me out of that nice cool boardroom and brought me out here in the boiling sun.
You know, it's November out here, and we thought it was going to be cooler than this, but
Feels like we're in the middle of the summertime.
yeah, it is pretty hot out here.
All those toilets being flushed around the county and around the Palm Springs and Coachella and Indio.
That's
and
right.
Everybody flushing the toilets. It all comes here.
It's all coming here. In fact, right under our feet, there are sewer pipes, so that sewage is flowing under our feet here.
Yeah?
And some of that water there you can see in these tanks is being filtered through here, and that is what we call an air scrubber. And that actually takes the smell out of the air so that the city of Palm Desert doesn't stink.
Okay, wait, time out. You said take the smell out of the air. One thing I haven't said, and unfortunately you can't do it at home, it stinks out here right now.
Yeah.
So you're saying like further than where we're standing.
Yeah.
So
further than where
I
we
need to
stand.
go over there in order to not smell what I'm smelling.
It's a three-step process. We have to take the sewage out of the water. And so we want to save the water and reuse it, and we want to get rid of the sewage. Step one is what we call screening,
I guess let's go in.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Fun fact, fun fact, fun fact. Here's your fun fact. Public water suppliers process 38 billion gallons of water every day for domestic and public use.
Oh, Kev.
You know what? I've been working at the district for 6 years. I never get used to this. I don't know if you can hear the roar of the water. Those are all the toilets that are flushing right now. All that water is from the toilets coming in from all over the city.
I don't even. I mean, I'm looking and I'm trying not to look. I mean,
Yeah.
it's. I mean, we got at least because it's a curiosity thing here. So you got to at least take a look down, and That's coming in right there from the cities, huh?
Yeah.
Everyone flushing the toilets and...
Yeah, that's all
wow.
sewer water. So you wonder, where does it go when you flush your toilet? Goes into the sewers, comes here.
And this, so we're standing basically in the middle of the sewer?
Yeah.
All right, tell us, what does reclamation mean? Water reclamation? I'm having a hard time breathing. What is reclamation?
Trying to reclaim water that was lost or flushed down the toilet, and they try to process it and use it again.
Reclamation is reclamation.
Which is?
Reclamation.
Meaning?
Reclamation.
The reuse of water.
Like nature?
Something that cleans everything.
Reclamation, that means we just want to reclaim the water. We want to use it again. So right now it's unusable because it's sewage water. It's gross, it's nasty water. But you know what? We can turn it into good, clean water, and that's what we want to do.
You know, I noticed that most of what's coming in is water. For some reason, I had it in my mind that there would be a lot more debris.
Yeah.
Nice
The
word.
sewage is actually mostly water. It's 99% water. Only 1% of it is solid material. Most of that 1% we get out right here.
So we're gonna go over and
Right.
You don't pull it out.
We
right?
pull it out. We screen
by
it.
hand.
No, not by hand. There's machines that do that.
Fun fact, fun fact, fun fact. Here's your fun fact. Toilets use the most water with an average of 27 gallons per person per day.
Well, down there's the auger, and you can see that it's bringing the trash up here. What it's going to do, we're going to wash it.
Why are we gonna wash this, for a lack of better term? I'm not gonna say it, but
Well-
why are we washing it? What is this? I'm afraid to touch anything here, man. Oh,
Well, the reason we want to wash it is not to clean it. We want to separate it. What we call the organics from the inorganics.
are you okay?
I'm getting used to it. I'm
You're
okay.
getting used to it?
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's going to go up here, it's going to be washed, separated, and then the organic stuff is actually food.
okay.
It's actually, we use it as food for what we call the bugs. We have these microorganisms that need the same things we need in order to live. Those little bugs are microscopic. You can only see them under a microscope. We feed those little bugs. We give them air. We give them food. That's their food.
How nice of you to do that. Give them air, give them food, treat them well.
Yeah, and
treat them well.
that's their food. That's their food. They're going to eat that.
Oh.
And what they're going to do is they're going to digest that and break it down into what we call sludge. Yeah,
Okay. It gets better, huh?
it gets, yeah. I would say this is probably the most gross part right here. Once we get past stage one, it gets a little easier to bear.
I gotta tell you, of all the shoots we've done, of all the quests we've been on, this is definitely the biggest. I'm having a hard time breathing, let's put it that way. On one other show that we went on, that I had this, I'm having a hard time looking at anything. So
Yeah.
I thank you for truly grossing me out, Kevin. What do microorganisms do?
Works to clean things.
Maybe they help like save, like pick up trash and clean the planet.
They wiggle around in the water and eat the stuff that's left in there and decontaminate it.
Watch.
What do they watch?
TV. Microorganisms make water.
Feces, they break down a lot of stuff. Leaves, they break down everything into smaller particles and digest them.
Do you work at a water plant?
I do not.
Okay. All right, so we are on step 2 of the process, right?
Step 2, that's
We're
right.
feeding the bugs.
Yes. The microorganisms. We're feeding them lunch right now. And
You take such good care of the microorganisms. Now, what are the microorganisms doing?
what they do is we want it, first of all, we want to keep them alive, so we pump air into these tanks. They're called aeration tanks. And the reason the water's bubbling and moving is because of aerators we have at the bottom that are sending air through it. That keeps the bugs alive. They're what we call aerobic microorganisms, which means they need air in order to live. And so step 2 is we feed these bugs sewage. That's what they're doing. They're eating the sewage, and they're breaking it down to an even simpler form that we call sludge.
What is sludge?
Muddish dirt.
Maybe it's like some kind of like nasty stuff.
stuff that comes from the sewer, like waste and other things like that.
What does it smell like?
Really bad.
Sludge is water.
Sludge is all the slop that's left over on top of the water, like at a processing plant.
Sludge is more like dirt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, where's the dirt? I mean, I see some of the brown. This looks like a chocolate fountain.
Yeah, well, we have a saying. We say that Willy Wonka may have had a chocolate river, but we have a chocolate lake. We're real proud of it. Yeah.
You have several lakes.
Yeah, several, and you know, each lake is full of 500,000 gallons of water.
Wow.
500,000 gallons. We process about, on average, 12 million gallons of sewage here a day.
Wow.
Fun fact, fun fact, fun fact. Here's your fun fact. The average 5-minute shower takes between 15 to 25 gallons of water.
All right, so now once the bugs are full and they make the sludge, and where does it all go?
Well, they're kind of like us. You know, after they eat a big dinner on a Sunday afternoon, they just want to kick back and watch football. You know, and so what we do is we let them relax, and we send them over to another set of water tanks that we call clarifiers, and that's also part of step 2, but it's the second phase of step 2.
So they're chilling over there in step 2.
They're chilling over there. They're just kicking back.
Let's go chill with the bugs, I guess. You guys stay here. We'll go check it out. No, I'm kidding. Come on, come on. Yeah. Oh, it's got an odor over here.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So this is, they're just chilling right now,
They're chilling right now.
I can tell.
Yeah, we've turned off the air. Do you notice that? It's not bubbling anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, that once we turn off the air, they calm down a little bit, they relax. And
watching football, like you said.
That's right.
You, yeah.
And once they relax, you know what they do? They sink. They sink to the bottom.
Oh.
And what that does, we get a layer of sludge at the bottom and a nice layer of clear water on top. And that's what we want. We want to separate the sludge from the water.
Now, what's this stuff over here that looks nasty?
This is stuff. This is like scum.
Oh.
Like cooking oil and lard and things like that you might dump down your garbage disposal.
So are we done with step 2? They ate, they're chilling, sludge is on the bottom?
Sludge is on the bottom. That's more or less step 2. Now they need to separate the sludge from the water. We've got vacuums down there that are going to suck the sludge away. And that sludge is going to, we're going to press all the water out of it at a place we call the belt press.
All right. Let's make like hammers and go sludge it out.
Okay.
Sludge. It's a bad joke. It's a terrible joke.
Fun fact, fun fact, fun fact. Here's your fun fact. Did you know only 1% of the Earth's water is available for drinking water? Hey guys, that's why it's so important to conserve.
I had no idea that reclaiming water was this disgusting looking.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. And I noticed you have some rubber gloves on there.
They gave me gloves.
I don't have any on. You're braver than I am.
Okay, they made me, you ain't brave. You made me put them on. All right, remember, this is a sludge from part 2.
Yes.
The microorganisms.
Yep. Yeah, the microorganisms have eaten, they've digested, and this is what's left over. This is what we call sludge.
And it's like dirt-ish.
It's dirtish. It's more like dirt. It's more like dirt now than poop.
Maybe more like.
It's more like. It's less like poop and more like dirt. And what's going to happen here, all the water that's in this sludge is going to be squeezed out, and then we're going to take that and dump it into a truck, and that truck's going to haul it away and turn it into fertilizer. They're going to compost it.
So this could be on someone's lawn next week.
That's right. And it's actually coming out over there.
Oh, and it's coming out down there?
Yeah.
So all the water's taken out of the sludge?
Yeah. And the big picture is this water that's pressed out here is going to go back to Headworks. It's going to go through the system again, but most of the water, the 12 million gallons of water a day that we recycle, is going to go to our filter. And that's the third step.
That's step 3.
That's step 3.
Listen, no more of this yucky, gross,
No,
disgusting
we're
looking.
done. This is the end of step 2. Step 3 is the filter, and we're going to filter the water.
Let's go step 3. Get me out of here. Oh, no more. I can't stand it. Say tertiary flocculator.
Tertiary flocculator.
Tertiary flocculator.
One more time.
Tertiary flocculator.
Tertiary flocculator.
I didn't hear you. What was that?
Circulator fluctuator.
Tertiary flocculator.
I'm sorry, what?
Tertiary flocculator.
Tertiary flocculator.
Oh, this guy's a doctor. All right, so we are at step 3. What is a tertiary flocculator?
Well, it's good that you could even say it, because I can barely say tertiary flocculator. Well, tertiary is a fancy way of saying 3 or third stage. The tertiary or third stage is where we are now, the last stage of the water recycling process. And flocculation is a process of mixing. And what we do is in the water, the third stage water, there's some little bits and pieces of stuff left in there that we want out of the water.
Yeah.
It's floating around. And we condense that in together with a chemical called alum. And the alum causes all those little pieces to clump together into big clumps. And then we run that through a filter. And we're on top of the filter right now.
I can hear it,
Yeah.
see it.
It's 13 feet high. And it's layered with sand and charcoal.
So it's tertiary flocculator is basically a water mixer?
Yeah, mixer.
A fancy name for a water mixer?
Yeah. Yeah.
So am I going to be seeing any of these, big pieces staying together?
No, you won't be able to see that.
Because you're taking care of it all.
Yep.
So we've mixed all the water together.
Yes.
Well, first of all, we go to review. Step 1, we took all the heavy stuff out of the water.
Yes.
The disgusting stuff.
Yes.
Then you fed it to the bugs in step 2.
Yes.
And the bugs ate it all and created their own sludge. And now that sludge is going to be fertilizer.
To be a fertilizer.
And then now step 3, the water's clean. I'm speeding up the process.
Once it's filtered, it's clean, except for one thing. We have to chlorinate it just for safety.
Okay.
And we hit it with chlorine. And once it's chlorinated, we take most of the chlorine out, and then we send it through purple pipes to golf courses.
Purple pipes.
Yeah.
I see those everywhere.
Yeah, you'll see them all around the facilities here. The purple pipe, that's a universal symbol in the water business for recycle. So if you ever see water coming out of a purple pipe, you don't want to drink it.
So we can't drink this water right now.
It's one step below drinking water quality.
Okay.
If we treated it just one more time, you could drink it.
Fun fact, fun fact, fun fact. Here's your fun fact. 1 million miles of pipelines and aqueducts carry water into the U.S. and Canada. That's enough to circle the Earth 40 times.
All right, so I'm having a good time playing with the camera here with our finished product, right?
That's the finished product.
This is drinkable now, right?
No, I wouldn't drink it.
Oh.
And it's kind of strange though, because if you look at it, you can't tell it apart from tap water just by looking at it if you look how clear the water is. It took us 12 hours to get to this stage.
Wow.
12 hours from what we saw coming in to right here. And you wouldn't want to drink this. Okay, now you could tell it apart by tasting it. You don't want to do that. It would taste a little different.
Okay.
But if you smell it, go ahead and smell it.
Smells like chlorine.
Yeah.
Like really heavy on chlorine.
Heavy chlorine. That's one way you can tell the recycled water apart from your tap water is it has a very strong chlorine smell.
So it goes through all these purple pipes that you were telling us about.
Yeah. These are color coded for safety.
Okay.
So if plumbers are out there and they're hooking up recycling lines, it's very easy. They're very easy to identify. So if you see a purple pipe, that means there's recycled water in these pipes.
When we were doing some research on the water issue in SoCal, we thought, let's go out in the middle of the desert where it's really hot. There's no water. And there is water.
Yeah.
And the process how you get it is pretty unique. But what we found really fascinating is all these golf courses you have out here.
Yeah.
And you're watering some or
we have
quite a few, right?
Yeah, a number of golf courses that use recycled water to keep their grass green, and that's good, and we want that. We want as many golf courses as we can get onto recycled water, because the more golf courses we have on recycled water, that's less water that we're taking out of our aquifer.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. Therefore, we're conserving the water
Yes,
to drink, right?
we're conserving it.
And giving back the water
Right,
that was flushed down the toilet once.
That's
12
exactly
hours
right.
ago.
12
It's
hours.
scary, man.
Yep.
Because I know it didn't look like this coming in. I'm just, wow. Kevin, it's been a pleasure, man.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. What can you do to conserve water?
When you brush your teeth, turn off the water.
If you're getting a drink of water from the fountain, don't keep on pushing it.
Taking shorter showers.
By drinking it.
By shutting off the water when it rains on the hillsides or on your lawn and such. As my granddaughter said, you could, if it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down.
Well, in this area, we know where tap water comes from and where it goes when it's flushed down the toilet. And we know the process it has to go through in order to be reclaimed to water beautiful golf courses like this one here. Well, I want to thank Kevin and everyone out at Coachella Valley Water District for teaching us how this eye-opening process is all done. And I especially want to thank you, Jaron, for sending us on today's Curiosity Quest Goes Green. Now, if there's something that you're curious about, why haven't I heard from you? Go to kvcr.org, click on the Curiosity Quest link, and simply tell me what you're curious about. And it could be your thoughts to send us on our next green adventure. Now remember, this is our beautiful planet, and it's our responsibility to take care of it, which means we need to do our part at conserving water. So I'm curious, have you gone green? I'm Joel Greene, and I'll see you next time. All right, where are my golf clubs at?
But we're curious. We're really curious. We want to look, but we know we don't want to see it. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't go look. So here goes nothing. Oh.